Now, our card on the bottom of the deck is the Two of Bats. Two of Bats. And in the Two of Bats, this card really represents a person struggling to make a decision. Okay, they're conflicted between two possible choices here. One thing you'll want to note here is that there's a blindfold on the person in the angel costume. So always be very careful to have your eyes open, to take all factors into account when you're trying to make a decision. Don't ever blindfold yourself like that because you will be handicapping your decision-making capability. These two bats are willing and able to help as soon as she asks for help too. So don't hesitate to be asking for help, praying, meditating, whatever you need to do to connect with your channel so that you can receive your best guidance. Tap into your wiser mind, your higher self, and find out what's your best move in the situation, whatever you need to do. Okay. So it seems like recently your focus has been on work. Working hard working, craftsmanship, getting it done, doing it right. Eight of Pumpkins is mastery of your craft and the ability to make a decent living at it. That's what you're hoping for, what's on your mind, where your focus is these days. So you want to bear that in mind, right? I don't know why I said that. You want to bear that in mind. I don't know, whatever. Okay. This next card is the Page of Bats. And the Page of Bats, possible air sign, like a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This is a young, inquisitive person, like a child or a minor under 18, maybe a student of some kind. She's got her spy glasses, or he has spy glasses. This is somebody who could possibly be spying on you, maybe through your social media sites. They kind of have an eye on you, maybe. Is there somebody who's interested in you, potentially? But this could also be an indication of some new kind of communication coming in, maybe by an email, a text message, or something like that, right? But this is the element of air, and so that has to do with communication, technology, decision-making, things, thoughts, the craft of the mind, creative endeavors, writing, that sort of thing. So that may be what you're up to right now. And as a Libra, this is an air sign, so it possibly could be you or something that you're going through. Could be your child if you have a mini-me at home, anything like that. But your mind's basically on work, and this could be some kind of a communication or something coming in, potentially. We'll see. Here we have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is sort of the bridge between the things of the physical world and the things of the spiritual world, right? This is a shaman, a priest, or like a high priest, a bishop. This is somebody a chaplain, somebody who plays that kind of a role in your life. This can have to do with legal bonds. This can have to do with just a whole bunch of different things like that. Marriage can be represented by Hierophant because the priest officiates over weddings, and it's that bridge between the material and the spiritual, right? So take it as it resonates, right? Take it as it resonates. And we may circle back to that. We'll have to see at this point. So, all right. Now we've got here the Justice card. And this is your card, Libra. Right? We see the balanced scales here. So this is you showing up at your reading. But it could also indicate that there's maybe an area of injustice. Maybe you feel like you've been judged by something. Maybe it feels uncomfortable. Or then again, you could be at a time, depending on who you are, you're either in balance or out of balance at this time. There's no other way. This could also indicate that you are feeling very balanced in your life and that you're making wise decisions for yourself. So, now we have this student version. Maybe you're a student of law. That's a possibility too. For some of you, it could be that you're in school getting a higher degree or education. that your idea is that you want to be successful, that you want a career, and that you're trying to find a way to do that. Because between the court, the justice, the industrious Eight of Pumpkins, and the Page of Bats, I'm kind of getting a legal feel for it. And then we've got this Queen of Bats, another air sign here too. So this could also represent you. This would be the Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, right? The Bats is the air sign. So this could be about you taking that to the next level. From the student to the practitioner, right? The Hierophant to the Queen of Bats. How are you developing your craft? Then again, this Queen of Bats could also represent somebody else in your life, a female, possibly or probably, but it could be a male. Depends on the energy and the situation and so on. She's a person who's comfortable being alone. She's someone who's very intellectual. She's curious. She's not going to kill the bat just because her sword is upraised, right? She's only curious about the bat. She's looking at him. She does have her guard to the ready. She's possibly been maltreated by people in her past and is having some question about that. For some of you, it could be that you're becoming involved with the Queen of Bats. Maybe you're becoming involved with an air sign, male or female. Somebody who has the status of a king or a queen in his or her life, right? In other words, this is not going to be a knight. It's not going to be a page. It's going to be somebody else. In fact, this could have been the beginning of a relationship with an air sign that we saw coming in with the bats. Maybe somebody was scoping you out, checking out your social media. You know, and it was somebody that maybe you were interested in, that you were feeling at a heart level. And then as this moves from the past up ahead, it could be that this individual here, again, either you and you continue to work on whatever this is that you're studying or working in your career path. But it could be that this is where the relationship becomes official. Possible other interpretation too, we have the Justice and the Queen of Bats together. This could be that some kind of a decision has been made. And based on this Three of Ghosts here, it was a good decision for you. Now, if this is romance, you're celebrating because you're falling in love with this person. Or you're very, very excited and enthusiastic about this person. So I'm feeling kind of mixed. One, I feel like it's a court case that comes out well. A legal determination, a divorce, some kind of legal thing that comes out well. But I'm also getting for some of you that it could be a romantic situation that somebody new has come in. You've got your divorce is final or whatever that is, and somebody new is coming in. This Queen of Bats. Because that Three of Ghosts is about the celebration of something, right? And we've got all this Libra energy in here. And the Hierophant, again, that could be some court-related stuff. Now, when we look at this here, the Hierophant, the Queen of Bats, the Two of Ghosts, this is moving in a progression from left to right. The Hierophant energy, again, that could be the marriage or divorce, that kind of thing. The divorce is finalized, whatever. You got the Queen of Bats coming in. And the Two of Ghosts is the soulmate energy. That's love and partnership. Soulmate. So for some of you, you left the relationship in the past. All you've been doing is working on your work. You know, that's been your goal. Working on that, maybe a little spying on somebody on social media because you're attracted or interested. And then moving forward, if this is a romantic question for you, this looks like it's really positive. Now, the Two of Ghosts, the Wheel of Fortune kind of indicates that we don't exactly know where the wheel's going to stop or how it's going to turn. And there is a place where there's going to be some peaceful waiting that's required of you. So all situations may not be completely final. Maybe the other person, the person you're interested in, is getting out of a relationship. Maybe you've been kind of biding your time until they had processed that previous relationship or were ready for a new one with you. But this is a soulmate attraction, a soulmate relationship. So it may be that it's simply a matter of time. Don't psych yourself out. Don't freak out. Allow yourself patience in this. You see yourself as being a peaceful, patient waiter, but I've known Libras that can be kind of spazzy a little bit. It's kind of cute, really. But like this Wheel of Fortune, this is the idea that sometimes we have to make it happen. Like we can't wait for fate to do its thing. The wheel will turn as it will turn, but sometimes we may have to influence that as well. If it's a court case or a legal issue, celebration's on your mind. You're hoping for a positive resolution of that. It doesn't look as though I'm not feeling a bad outcome for you in that, but I think I don't think the decision's been made to a point where my cards are going to reflect it, if that makes sense, right? If you have had a resolution, though, well, but again, I'm not really seeing that it's been resolved just yet. You've got these chance cards right here. Justice will play a role. Again, spying, but you're kind of waiting for the cake to bake. And in the meanwhile, you got this new prospect here. This, I think, was speaking to blind justice and not knowing the potential outcome, or, maybe potential outcome, but you don't know the outcome of this legal situation or whatever this conflict is that needs resolution. You're not really there yet in the understanding of that part. So, at any rate, I hope that gave you some idea. Sometimes I'm not sure when I'm speaking, if I'm saying it very clear for people. I just kind of repeat it as it comes in. Sometimes it can sound weird, but at any rate, it does look like just kind of maintain lane. Focus on your job, focus on your family, focus on the main part of it. Let the rest of the plot unfold. Let it go. It's going to be what it's going to be. But I do feel like the best outcome will come out with that. And certainly those Two of Ghosts certainly look celebratory. In addition to drawing this card, you've likely been receiving an intuitive message to exercise more or to add alternate forms of exercise to your current routine. Let this card be a validation that being active is a key component to your health and healing, or for the person you're inquiring about. Even if a consistent workout routine seems unfeasible because of schedules, health, finances, or other apparent blocks, Archangel Raphael can help find a practical and enjoyable exercise avenue. He's also a great motivator for those who procrastinate or avoid physical activity. Possible specific meanings include get outdoors in the fresh air and sunshine for optimal health. Weight management is healthful. Exercise will help reduce your stress level. You're being called upon to strengthen your body. You'll have more energy with regular exercise. And the prayer on the card is, I've already screwed it up. The prayer on the card actually is, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for motivating me and guiding me to an exercise program that fits my schedule, interests, and budget.